Welcome to the Foresters pregame show presented by Coastal Copy, and today we are joined by Zane Becker. Zane, how you doing? Thanks for joining us.
I'm doing good. Thanks for having me.
All right, Zane. So, Forester fans have been following along with the Foresters the past couple of years. You were here last year,
Yep.
back again for a second summer. What's it been like playing for 2 years under Bill Pintard?
Oh, he's the best. Never a dull moment with him. Just it's a good environment to be in, and I'm happy to be here.
Wichita's right around the corner. What was that experience like for you last year?
I thought it was fun. I didn't really expect to have the around the clock
Yes.
game schedule, so playing at 3 a.m. wasn't too fun, but I'm excited to be back. I think we have a good shot at winning it this year.
One last thing on that. What was the experience of having to prepare for a game that was past midnight and playing in the early morning hours?
I mean, we were talking about it earlier. I don't really have many energy drinks, but definitely had to get a couple of those in the system. But I mean, it was fun. Definitely a cool experience.
Zane, you have been a machine behind the plate this year. Have you always been a catcher? Any other positions, or have you always just grown up being a catcher and then taking that to the collegiate level as well?
I really started catching in coach pitch, kind of like 8U, and at first I didn't really like it. I remember like crying the first game because it was terrible. But as the years have gone on, like really grown to enjoy it. And some other positions, like I played second growing up. I pitched a little bit. Pretty good pitcher. Might have to pitch in one of these last few games. But yeah.
Someone that doesn't know baseball necessarily as good as a baseball player, what's the most difficult thing with catching?
I think just you have to grow a really good relationship with the pitchers you have. And it's hard out here just because we have such a short time together. But, growing that relationship, and then, you'll start meshing and they'll start pitching better. You'll start catching better. You'll understand them, just like that.
Should you expand on that a little bit more, just in terms of trying to get the relationship with the pitchers, that understanding their tendencies, and then how you react to them?
Yeah. Just honestly, like not even at the field, like hanging out with them outside. Just getting to know them on a personal level, and then you can go into depth about what they like to do in this count, or like what pitches they like more than others and stuff like that.
Zane, if you could have a specific routine every day, day in and day out playing baseball, what would your ideal routine look like?
Is this on a game day?
On a game day, yes.
On a game day. Night game.
Night game.
Night game. All right. Typically show up to the field around 11 or noon. Get some hacks in before, and then kind of chill in the locker room. Have some phone time. Really scroll on Instagram. And then go back out probably about 3 hours before. Get some catching work off the machine. Take maybe a couple more pregame hacks, and then I'm ready to go. Not a whole lot. Eat a good meal. Eat a good meal.
Anything specific in that meal?
Either a sandwich, or we usually get Roadhouse. So Roadhouse is pretty good.
Nice.
Get some chicken bites, some steak, anything with some energy in it.
Final question for you, Zane. I've asked a couple of the guys this year. If you only have one flavor of ice cream, what would it be?
So last year, I heard McConnell's is pretty big here. So I went for the first time, got I think it's strawberries and cream.
Okay.
So it's like strawberries, chocolate chips, vanilla ice cream. Haven't gone back since. Or haven't got anything else since.
Gotcha.
Yeah. But it's been great. Yeah.
Well, Zane, appreciate your time. Play well the rest of the year, and looking forward to seeing you in Wichita.
Appreciate it. Have a good one.
First pitch coming up right after this. Welcome to Santa Barbara and to CCL Baseball on the Foresters Broadcast Network. Today, the Foresters return home to play their final 3 games of the regular season, kicking off a 3-game homestand. I'm Hunter Shoemake, and we welcome you to Eddie Matthews Field on the campus of Santa Barbara High School. Well, the Foresters last night went to extra innings against the OC Riptide, put up a 5 spot in the 10th to win that game 7-2. To split the season series against the OC Riptide, their final road game of the regular year. They're back at home playing the Santa Maria Indians today, and let's take a look at the lineup for Santa Maria. Leading off, the DH, Caden McLeod. Batting second at shortstop, Jerem Damery. In the 3 spot at third base, Josue Garcia. In the middle, Garrett Geenan, Blake Gregory, and Rocco Mucilli. On the back end, AP Antiovani, Dom Banducci, and Drew Capel for the Indians, with Omar Reynoso getting the start for Santa Maria. And getting the start today, Henry Prindle, first official start of the season for the right-handed pitcher, and Prindle gets us underway. When I say the first official start for Prindle, well, the last time that he pitched was actually in the game the day after Independence Day on July 5th against the Coastal Dodgers, which was a non-CCL game and did not count for stats and standings. Prindle was exceptional in that game, even though you don't see it on his official stats. 5 hitless innings. He struck out 10 along the way, did not record the decision in that game as the Foresters walked off the Coastal Dodgers on the 5th. Falls behind here to McLeod. That's ball 3. McLeod hitting .375 in CCL play this year, and the Indians, an affiliate of the CCL North. This is their 9th CCL game of the year. The 3-1. And a walk starts the ball games for the Indians. And for the Santa Maria Indians, they are back in the CCL this year. They do play more games outside of just the California Collegiate League. Play games up and down the state with opponents all over Southern California and through the Central Coast. But these two teams were longtime rivals in the early 2000s, and right when Bill Pittard took over in 1995 as the manager. And that's a ball upstairs to Jerem Damery. Ball 1. And Damery gets ahead 2-0. Let's take a look at the defense for the Foresters today. Some changes compared to what we typically see. Woodworth is at third. Luke Cornelison is at short. Easton Mumma is at second. He has typically been exclusively at third base this year. And Wyland Nelson is at first. Behind the plate is Aiden Camberg, playing his first game since July 2nd when he picked up an injury on the road. And in the outfield, Makani Navarro is in left. Jack Fowler, typically the starting pitchers in center, and Donovan LaSalle is in right. Last pitch in at the knees at 90 from Prindle, 2-1. Three and one. Josue Garcia next for the Indians. And for the Foresters, this is their 32nd game of the year. With the one on, nobody out. Here's a shot to center, sends Fowler back. 1 away. And we'll get more into it with why Jack Fowler, who's typically been exclusively a starting pitcher this year. You last pitched against the Slow Blues on the 14th earlier this week. Picked up his 4th win of the year. But he's a two-way guy. Typically takes BP daily, and he gets the nod in center. So 1 on, 1 out. Strike 1 on Josue Garcia. Garcia starting at third base tonight for the Indians. And this is an Indians season that started in late May. A pair of games against the Slow Blues, and actually picked up their lone CCL win early that in the season against the Blues. In CCL play, they are 1-7. Good pitch from Prindle. Ball and 2 strikes on Garcia. In the left for Makani Nabarro. Handles out number 2. So 2 out. And Garrett Geenan. Bats with 1 on, 2 down in the first. And the Indians, an affiliate, making their way back into the CCL this year. That's great to see, a team that has so much history that we'll get into as this game progresses. And really, both these teams, the Santa Maria Indians name and the Santa Barbara Foresters name, have been such a long-time staple in the Central Coast. First pitch was in there from Prindle. Here's the 0-1. Strike 2. Missing down at 90 on the fastball from Henry. But we told you that his last appearance was against the Coastal Dodgers. It's been some time since Prindle has pitched. 5 hitless innings in that ball game. And he works around the leadoff walk. Camberg retires the man at first base. And the top of the first in the books. Prindle works around a walk. Scoreless first frame. Bottom of the inning we go. Forsters coming up.
Lee & Sons Plumbing and Heating is proud to join the Foresters family of sponsors this season. I, Conan, a third-generation owner, was proud to coach for the Foresters for several seasons. Just like the Foresters are champs on the field, Lee & Sons are champs off it. We're experts in every type of plumbing and heating service and repair, from leaks and clogs to heaters and faucets. Strike out your plumbing problems by calling us at 805-965-9586. Lee & Sons, the champions of plumbing and heating. 805-965-9586. Stir it up.
Foresters fans love to watch a winning team. Like the Foresters, Coastal Copy has also put together a winning team. For more than 50 years, the friendly folks at Coastal Copy have been your local source for copiers, printers, and equipment service for businesses of all sizes. Call them today at 800-995-8835 or visit coastalcopy.com. Coastal Copy is proud to be a sponsor of the Foresters radio family and of the Hugs for Cubs. Coastal Copy and the Foresters, second to none.
Bottom of the first, scoreless between the Foresters and the Indians. Let's take a look at the lineup today for the Sturs. Leading off, Easton Mumma is at second base today. Cole Chamberlain is the DH. Luke Cornelison bats third. He's at short. In the middle, Wylan Nelson's at first. Josh Woodworth is at third. Makani Nabarro left field. On the back end, Donovan LaSalle making his second start of the season is in right. Aiden Camberg, great story to have him back behind the plate. And then rounding out the order, typically the starting pitcher, Jack Fowler, who has recorded 1 AB this season, bats out of the 9 spot. And this lineup is going to be facing a starting left-hander, Omar Reynoso. First start of the CCL season for the left-hander. Has pitched 8 innings in CCL play. Has a 4.50 ERA on the year. And for the Foresters last night, putting up 5 runs in the 10th inning. Notably, the man who's going to be batting second in this inning, Cole Chamberlain, a pinch hit home run, his 5th of the year. It has been an unbelievable stretch for a number of the hitters for the Foresters, notably Chamberlain and Chris Newstrom, who has the day off today, have had unbelievable recent weeks, and their numbers have just catapulted through the roof. So here we go into the bottom of the first in a scoreless game. Mumma leads it off. Easton now playing in his 7th game back since returning to the Foresters. It was a year ago that he played in essentially every CCL game for the Sturs. And he falls behind 2-0. So it'll be Mumma, Chamberlain, Cornelison. The start of the final 3 games of the regular season for the Foresters until they're off to Wichita come early next week. And a hit batsman starts the game. Mumma is on.
Ouch, that looks like it hurt. This hit by a pitch brought to you by AltaOrthopedics.com. Got hurt? Call them.
So enter 44. Pinch hit home run last night. He's now got 5 long balls on the year. He's slugging .674. Bats with 1 on, nobody out. And one thing Reynoso and all the Indians pitching has to deal with today, well, the running game for the Foresters, much like last year and really every year under Bill Pintard, has been aggressive, to say the least. 118 stolen bases on the year. Chamberlain gets head 1-0. Mumma just got back. And Easton has not attempted a stolen base on the year. But you heard that correct. If you're just tuning in for the first time this year, and the Foresters broadcast 118 stolen bases. Last night, the Foresters stole 4. It's 2-0. The Foresters, with their win on the day after Independence Day, they are 25-5-1. That one comes from a game that was suspended against the Conejo Oaks. Will not be resumed. It goes down as a draw. After Chamberlain, Luke Cornelison. It's a low strike, 3-1. To the right side, nice pickup at first by Geenan. 1 away. After Chamberlain thought he had base on balls, he's retired 3 unassisted for the first out. And that brings up Luke Cornelison. Luke started as the DH last night, then was lifted for Caleb Hoover. The left-handed bat late when the Foresters were trying to find a go-ahead run. And Cornelison, one of the guys like Hoover, been big two-way guys this year, was absolutely nails on the 14th when the Foresters were up in San Luis Obispo, picking up his first save of the season, recording the final 7 outs. And with 1 on, 1 out, a high strike starts it off for Cornelison, hitting .212. One. For the Foresters, game against the Indians this afternoon, and then a pair of games against their rivals, the Slow Blues, the next 2 days to end out the regular year, then off to Wichita. And all the players that come to play under Bill Pintard every summer, they understand The real objective, of course, you want to win day in, day out, build the good habits, always want to do it the right way. But when it's all said and done, what happens starting next week is what really counts for this Foresters team. Three and one with Wyland Nelson, the cleanup man, on deck. Three one from Reynoso is down and 2-1 with one out in the first. So here's the first baseman, Wyland Nelson. Saw Nelson last night, just came in defensively for a half inning, was then lifted for a pinch runner. A lot of changes being made last night for Bill Pintard. Against some matchups going late against right-handed pitching, bringing in some lefty bats. And Nelson just came in defensively, even though he was lifted for a pinch runner, didn't need to run at all. That was Donovan LaSalle. After Chamberlain went deep to give the Foresters the lead in the 10th. That's on the inside corner, strike one. The lead runner is Muma. Mucilli goes to second, get the force out, runners on the corners, two down. So two out, over to third Muma, and the batter is Josh Woodworth. Josh yesterday started at third, and Easton Muma came in his place late. And Josh hitting .290 this season. RBI chance with two down in the first. Ball one. Now the Foresters have won 4 straight ball games. Can the Foresters in these final 3 games take all the momentum that they can into Wichita next week? And as this homestand continues, we'll get you all the information in terms of the Foresters' schedule when they touch down in Kansas and what that tournament will look like in the group stage, and then also moving into the knockout rounds and the quest for MVC title number 11. Here's a 1-1. Ball two. Runners on the move. It's a good throw, but can't handle it is Mucilli. Muma to the plate, and the Foresters lead 1-0. It's going to go down as a stolen base, E4. So the error scores the run, and that's in the dirt. 3 balls and 1 strike. Woodworth, with Nelson now at second, has brought home 14 runs this year. This is the final game against an affiliate of the CCL, the Santa Maria Indians, an affiliate of the Northern Division, along with the Alameda Merchants. Merchants having a heck of a year. Full count. If the inning continues, it will be Makani Nabarro. Strikeout ends the inning, but the Foresters grab one after one. Stars on top of the Indians, 1-0.
Can you feel that? That little itch to get out of town? At Santa Barbara Airport, we feel it too. But when you're ready to trade the usual view for something new, don't drive to LA. Depart stress-free at SBA. With 26 daily nonstops to 13 destinations, we're one stop to anywhere in the world. Go ahead, scratch that travel itch. Just skip the hustle. Visit flysba.com and take off easy. Santa Barbara Airport. Depart differently.
For a full range of outpatient physical therapy services, go to Alta Orthopedics Physical Therapy. Our experienced and compassionate therapists, Bill Oakley, Alan Edmondson, and Andy Eubank, will provide you with a custom rehab program. For sports injuries, spine care, post-surgical care, and more, you'll enjoy our state-of-the-art facilities and receive a comprehensive program catered to your greatest physical potential. Alta Orthopedics Physical Therapy, where the Foresters go to heal. Visit altaortho.com.
For beer. 5, 6, and 7 for the Indians. Foresters lead 1-0. Top of 2. We appreciate you joining us on the Foresters Broadcast Network. Blake Gregory leads it off for the Indians. Gets his first look at Prindle. A low strike at 88. 0-1. So this is an Indians team playing their 9th CCL game. They've played a secondary schedule outside of the CCL as well. Playing teams not in the California Collegiate League, but still part of the CCL, which is great to see and great having them back in the league. And Bill Pintard even touched on in an interview earlier this season about the rivalry between the Indians and the Foresters, especially around the turn of the century, late 90s, early 2000s. How tough that these two teams played against each other, and that the Indians were really the framework that Bill Pintard built the Foresters around when he took over in 1995. It's 2 balls and a strike on the catcher. Here's a shot in the right center field, and Gregory is on to start the second. First hit of the game. The Foresters were able to capitalize on some base runners without collecting a hit in the first to bring home the first run of the game. Scoring on the error. So with 1 on, it's Rocco Mucilli. Bats at the 6th spot and is at second base. That's a low strike. Lasered in from Prindle at 90. Nothing in 2. In terms of the running game for the Indians, in CCL play, that is through 8 games, they have stolen 3 bases on 5 attempts. Gregory has one of the 3. Wylan Nelson holding on to him at first base. The 1-2 struck him out, 1 away.
Now batting for the Indians, number 12, AP, Antonio Vani.
Here's AP Antonio Vani. Ground ball to get out of this inning for Prindle. Gregory just back in time. Prindle's got a great pickoff move, and last time that Prindle worked, unfortunate for Henry, it was a non-CCL game, not countable to stats and standings after 5 hitless innings against the Coastal Dodgers. Carved him up, struck out 10 through 5. And had no hitter going after 5, which was then broken up in the next inning when the Stars went to their bullpen. Goes after Antonio Vanni, 1-1. The inning started with a single. A strikeout, and now a 1-1. Runners on the move. Camberg, the throw, shallow, and safe. Into second goes Gregory. So stolen base number 2. First man scoring position in this ball game for the Indians. Comes with 1 out in the second, and it's 2-1 on Antonio Vanni. 2-2. And the Foresters played the Indians second day of the season. Stars shut them out 14-0 in a game that was actually truncated to 7 innings. Tanner Grove picked up the win in that game. No runs on 4 hits for the Indians in that affair. He went around and back-to-back Ks for Henry Prindle, 2 out. 3 Ks on the outing for Henry. That brings up Dom Banducci out of the 8th spot. RBI chance for Banducci. He has a 1 in the CCL season. Good pitch from Prindle at 92. Zipped in there from the right-hander. Strike 1. Off to the right now to play. Strike 2. Banducci playing with Cuesta College. Behind in the count. 1-2 from Prindle. That's up and out of play. When you look at this Indians team, a lot of familiar faces from that first meeting on the year. Here comes the 1-2 from Prindle. A 3 strikeout inning for the right-hander. He's now K'd 4 through 2. Bottom of the second, Forster's bat on top by 1. Santa Barbara Airport, 5 airlines, American, Alaska, Delta, Southwest, United. 13 nonstop destinations, including Chicago, Dallas, Las Vegas, Los Angeles, Oakland, Phoenix, Portland, Sacramento, Salt Lake City, San Diego, San Francisco, and Seattle. 26 daily departures, SBA's newest daily service to Chicago and San Diego, ensure you can get all over the world. Just one easy connection. Skip the traffic and stress of driving to Los Angeles and enjoy a stress-free start to your trip by flying SBA. Learn more. Book your flight today at flysba.com. Santa Barbara Airport. Depart differently. First pitch away to Makani, Navarro, LaSalle, and Camberg, the 6, 7, 8 hitters for the Forsters, leading 1-0. Bottom of the second, Omar Reynoso gave up some free passes in the first. Can he settle into this outing? We'll have to wait and see. The left-hander in his first start in the CCL season, his fourth appearance pitching against CCL opponents. I mean, you look around the CCL, the Forsters, the top team in the entire league, winning percentage of .817. They're 24-5-1. Team with the next best winning percentage is in the north, the Walnut Creek Crawdads have now taken over the Slow Blues in terms of best winning percentage. Walnut Creek at an even .700. They are 21-9. But both these teams not playing in the CCL postseason as an affiliate, ineligible for the postseason, and the Forsters, of course, off to Wichita. And a big cut from Navarro, 1-2. Here's the 2-2. Full count. Donovan LaSalle next for the Forsters. (3-2) from Reynoso. And a strikeout starts the second. One away.
Now batting, brought to you by Doug Scott of the Allison Company. Number 1, Donovan LaSalle.
So here's Donovan LaSalle. If you haven't been with us daily basis, LaSalle just his second start of the season. Recent pickup this week for the Forsters. Heading into Wichita next week. Man who hails from Lake Charles, Louisiana, and kept it local this past year, playing with the Raging Cajuns. And he's now here in Santa Barbara. Goes after the first pitch, knocked down by Garcia, but LaSalle is on with one out in the second. First hit of the ball game for the Sturs, and LaSalle has his second of the year. He's now 2 for 4 on the season for the Sturs. That was a great effort from Garcia to knock that down, preventing extra bases. Keeps it on the infield, and LaSalle is on in front of Aiden Camberg. Camberg does the catching today. And so good seeing Aiden back in the lineup. Last time we saw him, he was helped off the field with an injury down in Compton against the MLB Academy Barons. Been unavailable, injured the past couple of weeks, working back, trying to get healthy, and here he is. And Aiden got injured on a collision with his first baseman, Nelson, on a pop-up on the infield, and so good to see Aiden back playing and catching in this game for Bill Pintard. Two and 0. And after Camberg is Jack Fowler. LaSalle has not run this year. With the Raging Cajuns this past season, he stole 5 bases. That is foul. Strike 1. Camberg in his first plate appearance since July 2nd. On-base percentage of .485 before you shut down for a couple of weeks. Bounce back from that injury. Good count. 3-1. That puts 2 on with 1 out in the second. And that's going to bring up Jack Fowler. We saw Fowler pick up his 4th win of the season earlier this week against the Slow Blues, going 5. He has 1 AB this season, 1 plate appearance. That was on July 1st against the Conejo Oaks. He's 0 for 1 and takes BP most days, and he's been itching to get into the lineup, and Bill Pintard gives him the opportunity. Starts in center field today, and an RBI chance now for Jack. 2 on, 1 out. And those 4 wins on the year, tied with Tanner Grove with the most on the team. 4 wins on 7 starts for the man who's pitched over 28 innings. There goes the runners. It's a throw down to second. It's a good throw, and they got him at second, 2 out. Camber caught stealing. LaSalle over to third, 2 down. So it's now 1-1 on Fowler. Strike 2. That's in the left, but straight at Banducci, and the side retired. The Foresters have a couple base runners, unable to bring anyone home after 2. Foresters on top by 1.
During this time of record market highs and gradual economic recovery, it's essential you have someone you can trust. For 10 consecutive years, the Santa Barbara News Press Reader's Choice Poll has awarded Tremblay Financial Services recognition for the financial guidance they provide their clients. Tremblay Financial Advisors continually educate their clients with new options and financial planning tailored fit to you. For more information or an appointment, call 569-1982 or log on to tremblayfinancial.com.
Securities and advisory services offered through Centaurus Financial Inc., member FINRA and SIPC, a registered investment advisor. Tremblay Financial Services and Centaurus Financial are not affiliated companies. Investing involves risk, including potential loss of principal. No investment strategy can guarantee a profit or protect against a loss in periods of declining values.
Drew Capel leads off for the Indians. Goes after the first pitch into foul ground, and that's out of play. Strike 1. It's Capel, McLeod, and Damery. The 9-1-2 hitters for the Indians. If anyone gets on, it'll be Garcia. 1-0 lead for the Sturs. It's an unearned run on the ledger of Omar Reynoso, scoring on E4. Good pitch from Prindle. Strike 2. Prindle walked the first man he faced and has settled in nicely. He's now struck out 4 through 2. And make it 5. 4 straight Ks for Prindle. 1 down. So it's back to the top of the order with Caden McLeod. Walked his first time. And lines one in the left center field. And he's on with one out. Brought back in quickly by Fowler. And for the third straight inning, a base runner for the Indians. But it is the first inning in this ballgame in which the leadoff man has not gotten on for Santa Maria. Here's Damery. 0 for 1, lined out Jack Fowler in center his first time. And we told you there's quite some history between the Indians and the Foresters, and we'll navigate some history as we progress through this ball game. That's down the line, rolling into the corner, and back-to-back hits for the Indians. McLeod first to third. He is out at third base. Down to second goes Damery. 2 out. So Makani Nabarro able to field that ball well, get it into Woodworth.
Now batting, number 14, Josue Garcia.
So 2 down. That's a ball down to Josue Garcia. And by the way, it goes down as a double for Damery. And McLeod, who attempted to go first to third, thrown out 7-5. That's in there at 91. Ball and a strike. So officially the first appearance for Henry Prindle since June 30th. Last official CCL game that he pitched in, of course, unofficially pitched the day after Independence Day. That's into right field. Runners on the corners. 2 down. And 3 straight hits for the Indians.
Now batting, number 46, Garrett Gearin.
So here's Garrett Geenan, first and third, 2 down. An opportunity to tie this game in the third. Prindle got him on a strikeout in the first. And that's in the air to right, base hit. And Geenan ties this game 1-1 in the third. 4 straight hits for the Indians. And it's a 1-1 ball game.
Now batting, who's also your beer batter for today's game, number 2, Blake Gregory.
So a tied game, Indians look to take the lead. Gregory singled his first time. There's 1 hit through 2 1/3, and then 4 straight for the Indians. That's in at 92 from Prindle. That fastball sitting 90-92 for Henry, who struck out 10 his last start against the Coastal Dodgers. It was 5 hitless innings back on July 5th. Ball and a strike. Good pitch from Prindle. He's gone fastball, breaking ball, changeup on the sequence here to Gregory. Gregory strikes out, foul tip, and the inning is over. Punch out number 6 for Prindle, but the Indians get on the board. They're 2.5.
At Old King
tied 1-1.
Lee & Sons Plumbing and Heating is proud to join the Foresters family of sponsors this season. I, Conan, a third-generation owner, was proud to coach for the Foresters for several seasons. Just like the Foresters are champs on the field, Lee & Sons are champs off it. We're experts in every type of plumbing and heating service and repair, from leaks and clogs to heaters and faucets. Strike out your plumbing problems by calling us at 805-965-9586. Lee & Sons, the champions of plumbing and heating. 805-965-9586. Stir it up.
Foresters fans love to watch a winning team. Like the Foresters, Coastal Copy has also put together a winning team. For more than 50 years, the friendly folks at Coastal Copy have been your local source for copiers, printers, and equipment service for businesses of all sizes. Call them today at 800-995-8835 or visit coastalcopy.com. Coastal Copy is proud to be a sponsor of the Foresters radio family and of the Hugs for Cubs. Coastal Copy and the Foresters, second to none.
Bottom of three, Sturs and the Indians tied 1-1. Top of the order for SB, Mumma, Chamberlain, and Cornelison. Get their second look, starting left-hander. Here's Muchili, one pitch and one away in the third. So Muchili now through 2 1/3 has held the Foresters to one hit. He's given up 2 walks, has hit a man. So here's Cole Chamberlain. Thought he walked the first time, but our plate umpire brought him back, ends up grounding out. Slider misses away. That's ball 1. So the Santa Barbara Foresters, as we know them now, brought back in 1991 under a local coach, Bob Townsend. I say as we know them now because the original Foresters were created in 1948 by the Foresters Lodge of America. And if you were ever wondering why in Santa Barbara you have a team named the Foresters, there you go. The Foresters Lodge of America approached some locals to create a baseball team, and the name stuck. That ball was hammered, but foul. And it's now strike 2. And those Foresters that were created originally in 1948, well, in the 1950s, usually the Santa Maria Indians and the Foresters were the ones that were battling for a Central Coast League championship. The CCL at the time, a different name, the Central Coast League. So these teams go back a long time in terms of name and legacy into this area of the Central Coast of California. Just so cool to see all the history between the Indians and the Foresters going way back. Here's a 2-2. Jammed them, 2 down.
Now batting, brought to you by Rick Wilson. Number 2, Luke.
So a 2 out. There's a two-way man, Luke Cornelison. Luke walked his first time. Digs in with 2 down. Bases clear in the third. Start of a 3-game homestand to end the regular season for the Foresters. Crazy. The regular season ends on Sunday, and that's a ball away. To the left side, knocked down by Garcia, and a great play over at third by Josue. Knocks it down, the long throw in time, and the Foresters go in order after 3, tied 1-1 between the Indians and the Sturs.
You feel that? That little itch to get out of town? At Santa Barbara Airport, we feel it too. But when you're ready to trade the usual view for something new, don't drive to LA. Depart stress-free at SBA. With 26 daily nonstops to 13 destinations, we're one stop to anywhere in the world. Go ahead, scratch that travel itch. Just skip the hustle. Visit flysba.com and take off easy. Santa Barbara Airport. Depart differently.
Fourth inning, tied ball game, Indians, Foresters. Rocco Mucilli leads it off. 6, 7, 8 batters for the Indians. First pitch swinging, and Muma looks like he has it. 1 down. So now through 3 1/3 for Henry Prindle. Henry working around 4 hits in the last. 1 run did come in to score. So with 1 down, AP Antonio Vani digs in for the second time, a strikeout victim in the second. Nothing in 2. Here's the 0-2 Antonio Vani. Ball 1. What a breaking pitch. 2 out. That was, you're seeing 92 heat up, and somehow that one breaks all the way down, and anyone would get frozen with that sequence from Prindle. 2 down. By the way, the 7th strikeout now for Prindle through 3 2/3. Ball 1. Don Banducci gets his second look at the starting right-hander. Banducci struck out to end the second. Another fastball at 91 from Prindle. One and two. Banducci sees a fastball away at 92, evens the count. Bottom of the inning, Wiley Nelson, Josh Woodworth, and Makani Nabarro scheduled for the Foresters in this tied ball game. 2-2. And a strikeout ends the inning in the first. 3 up, 3 down for Henry Prindle. Bottom of the fourth, Foresters bat, tied game. Santa Barbara Airport with 5 airlines: American, Alaska, Delta, Southwest, and United. 13 nonstop destinations, including Chicago, Dallas, Denver, Las Vegas, Los Angeles, Oakland, Phoenix, Portland, Sacramento, Salt Lake City, San Diego, San Francisco, and Seattle. 26 daily departures, SBA's newest daily service to Chicago and San Diego. Ensure you can get all over the world, just one easy connection. Skip the traffic and stress of driving to LA and enjoy a stress-free start to your trip by flying SBA. Learn more. Book your flight today at flysba.com. Nelson, Woodworth, Nabarro, bottom of 4. Tied game, Omar Reynoso. A 3 up, 3 down third. Actually, both pitchers. A 1-2-3 last inning goes right after Nelson, strike 1. Wyland's first time rolled into a fielder's choice. Got on base, stole a base, was stranded at second. 1-1. And we just told you that the Foresters and Indians, the original Foresters, played the Indians back in the 1950s, typically battled for a Central Coast League title. And with the original Foresters founded in 1948, the original Indians founded in 1944. And actually, just like the Foresters, they won an NBC title. That was in 1982 over the Alaska Glacier Pilots. So the Indians, NBC champs, as are the Foresters. The Foresters have done it 10 times. No other team has done it more. And it's 3-1. After Nelson, Woodworth, then Nabarro, anyone gets on, it is LaSalle. Here's Mucilli. 1 away. But it's pretty cool going back in the history and seeing that the Indians won an NBC title in '82. And the Foresters, their most recent title a couple of years back, in 2022 on the back end of 3 straight. But the original Indians ended up folding in 2008, revitalized a couple years back by local coach Jimmy Molina, bringing back the Indians to Santa Maria. And here they are back a part of the CCL, which is so good to see. So much history. Great having them back a part of the league. That's strike one on Woodworth. Woodworth struck out in the first. Gets his second look at the starting left-hander, Reynoso. Fly ball to left. Easy for Banducci. Handles out number 2. Reynoso now at 52 pitches. And just for perspective, if you're wondering, Prindle is at 60 to get through 4. So 2 out, base is clear. The batter is Makani Nabarro. Ball 1. Just a single hit to this point for the Foresters. There have been 5 for the Indians. Still, it's a 1-1 ball game. And Nabarro gets head 2-0, and that's something Makani's been so good at this year. Just getting on base, one of the best on-base percentages out of anyone in the lineup. 446 this season. And throughout the course of this year, we've touched on how many different guys going to new places, new schools come the fall. And Nabarro was part of that conversation, going to the University of Hawaii. Here's the 3-0 from Reynoso. And Nabarro takes the walk. First base runner since the second for the Foresters. And the inning continues for Donovan LaSalle. And we told you his first time, LaSalle, playing for the Raging Cajuns, but his first 2 years playing with Oklahoma State. And he stays home to play in his home state. Goes after the first pitch. Damery goes the short way, and the inning is over. There's a 2-out walk by Nabarro. Reynoso works around it. This game is headed to the 5th, tied 1-1.
Lee & Sons Plumbing and Heating is proud to join the Foresters family of sponsors this season. I, Conan, a third-generation owner, was proud to coach for the Foresters for several seasons. Just like the Foresters are champs on the field, Lee & Sons are champs off it. We're experts in every type of plumbing and heating service and repair, from leaks and clogs to heaters and faucets. Strike out your plumbing problems by calling us at 805-965-9586. Lee & Sons, the champions of plumbing and heating. 805-965-9586. Stir it up.
Foresters fans love to watch a winning team. Like the Foresters, Coastal Copy has also put together a winning team. For more than 50 years, the friendly folks at Coastal Copy have been your local source for copiers, printers, and equipment service for businesses of all sizes. Call them today at 800-995-8835 or visit coastalcopy.com. Coastal Copy is proud to be a sponsor of the Foresters radio family and of the Hugs for Cubs. Coastal Copy and the Foresters, second to none.
Fifth inning rolls in, tied ball game. Drew Capel leads off 9-1-2 for the Indians. Foresters scored in the first. The Indians plated their first and the lone run in the third. We're tied 1-1. Strike one on Capel. Prindle has struck out 8 through 4. And he gets ahead 0-2. That fastball still sitting 91. And we told you in the last half inning, in terms of the pitch count for Prindle, it's now at 62. Here comes pitch number 63 to Capel. Away at 93. And for Henry Prindle, first 2 years collegiately with Creighton, and a native of Las Vegas, Nevada. Well, he's going to be keeping it local. He's going to UNLV come the fall, and actually that's so close to his house, graduate Bishop Gorman High School. Just picked up strikeout number 9 to start the fifth. So a pair of years at Creighton, and will now join the Rebels with UNLV, a 6'5" right-hander. That's always a good feeling. Able to keep it local. Touched on Addison Klepsch, a San Diego native. After spending a year at Auburn, going to UC San Diego. And even Donovan LaSalle keeping it in his home state, playing for the Raging Cajuns this past year after being with Oklahoma State his first 2 years. So it's back to the top of the order. McLeod is at a 1-1 count. McLeod today is a 1-for-1. Walked his first time, singled his last time. His third look at Prindle. Strike two. And both starting pitchers have settled in really well. Prindle gave up a leadoff walk to start his outing and then dialed up the command, especially after giving up a leadoff single in the second. Really hasn't looked back since. 2-2. Full count. Granted, the Indians did string 4 straight hits together, but Prindle not phased, continuing to collect outs, had a 1-2-3 fourth. McLeod is on for the third time today. His second walk to go along with a base hit.
Now batting, number 34, Jerem Camery.
So here's Damery. And 1 on 1 out. Damery doubled his last time, came around to score. Cornelison, Mumma, Nelson, got them both. And the 6-4-3 eliminates the walk, and the inning is over. Bob in the fifth, Forster's back, Camberg, Fowler, Mumma coming up in a tied game.
Foresters fans love to watch a winning team. Like the Foresters, Coastal Copy has also put together a winning team. For more than 50 years, the friendly folks at Coastal Copy have been your local source for copiers, printers, and equipment service for businesses of all sizes. Call them today at 800-995-8835 or visit coastalcopy.com. Coastal Copy is proud to be a sponsor of the Foresters radio family and of the Hugs for Cubs. Coastal Copy and the Foresters, second to none. For a full range of outpatient physical therapy services, go to Alta Orthopedics Physical Therapy. Our experienced and compassionate therapists, Bill Oakley, Alan Edmondson, and Andy Eubank, will provide you with a custom rehab program. For sports injuries, spine care, post-surgical care, and more, you'll enjoy our state-of-the-art facilities and receive a comprehensive program catered to your greatest physical potential. Alta Orthopedics Physical Therapy, where the Foresters go to heal. Visit altaortho.com.
Bottom of the fifth, tied 1-1. Aiden Camberg leads it off for the Sturs, 8-9-1. That's over to Geenan. Lost his footing, and Camberg is aboard. Aiden's walked his first time and starts off the fifth with an infield single. And by the way, this fifth inning brought to us by our friends at Finney's Craft House. Finney's has a couple locations in Santa Barbara, one on Lower State Street and one in Goleta. Finney's is a great place to gather before or after any Foresters game. Finney's Craft House. It's one on, nobody out. And the typical starting pitcher, Jack Fowler, digs in for just the third time this year, second time today. One on, nobody out. Fowler lined out to left his first time. Top of the order on deck with Mumaw. Fowler was showing bunt. That's popped up. One away.
Now batting, brought to you by Doug Scott of the Allison Company. Number 3, Easton Mumba.
So Fowler can't lay it down. So 1 on 1 out, top of the order, Easton Mumaw. Easton's first time was hit by a pitch, came in to score. Scored on an E4. Here comes the 1-0. High and tight. And down to second. On the wild pitch goes Camberg. For Mumaw. Turning to the Foresters. After 30 games last year, and was a big part of that run in the NBC tournament last year. Playing all 3 years with UTRGV. University of Texas, Rio Grande Valley. RBI chance now. And it's 3-0. And a late strike call. 3-1 with Cole Chamberlain on deck. And any pitcher, if the man in front of Chamberlain reaches, can cause you some trouble. That's up the middle. Base hit for Moomaw. Camberg to the plate, and the Forsters take the lead. Down to second, Moomaw, 2-1 Forsters. So Moomaw thought he had a walk, but instead it's an RBI single, and the Forsters lead 2-1.
Cole Chamberlain.
And by the way, that infield single by Camberg was just the second hit of the game, and that RBI single by Moomaw, the third. But the Forsters now lead 2-1 on the RBI by Easton. By the way, that was his third of the season. And the hard-hitting DH. Good breaking pitch by Reynoso. Strike one. High drive into right and draws foul. Strike two. That's up the middle. And back-to-back hits for the Forsters. Moomaw just brought one home, and he scores on the RBI by Chamberlain. It's 3-1. And now a visit to Omar Reynoso, who's gone 4 1/3. And 4 1/3 of holding the Forsters to just 2 hits. A Forster team that's hitting .289, the best in the league. And just a quick conversation with Reynoso.
Now batting, brought to you by Randy Rouse. Number 2, Luke Cornelison.
So 2 in, 1 on, 1 out. Cornelison 0 for 1. He walked his first time. It was a race on a fielder's choice on a force out at second. Ball 1. Cornelison, native of Springdale, Arkansas. Spent his freshman year with the Razorbacks, playing in 6 games. One of the top prospects in the entire state at high school. Cornelison ranks the number 1 third baseman in Arkansas by perfect game and the number 5 overall prospect in the state at a Harbor High School. And he gets ahead 3-0. After him is Wyland Nelson. Cornelison takes the walk, 2 on, 1 out. First time all game, the Forster offense has gotten going.
Wyland Nelson.
They were for just a single hit. They didn't even have an inning that they scored a run. Benefactor of some free passes and error. So a 2 on, 1 out, 2 in a 3-1 ball game. Here's Wyland Nelson 0 for 2. Good breaking pitch by Reynoso, strike 1. Strike two. We've touched on Cornelison, who's at first, being a two-way guy. Cannot discount what the man at the plate did this past year with Santa Barbara City College. 103 innings pitched. He had a 10-0 record and a 2.6 ERA. Also hit an OPS of over 1,000. The 0-2. Tumu Chili gets the out at first. Runners advance 2 down.
Now batting, brought to you by the Pomerantz families. Number 20, Josh Woodward.
So 2 down. 2 in scoring position for Woodworth, who's 0 for 2. As Reynoso attempts to get through 5. Trying to keep it a manageable game and keep the 2 runs that are currently on base off the board. The Indians, they've had some chances, notably in the third when they had 4 straight hits. And that's a fly ball in the center. Capel has to readjust, but handles out number 3, and the Foresters bring home 2, strand 2 after 5. Foresters back on top. They lead 3-1 over Santa Maria.
Can you feel that? That little itch to get out of town? At Santa Barbara Airport, we feel it too. But when you're ready to trade the usual view for something new, don't drive to LA. Depart stress-free at SBA. With 26 daily nonstops to 13 destinations, we're one stop to anywhere in the world. Go ahead, scratch that travel itch. Just skip the hustle. Visit flysba.com and take off easy. Santa Barbara Airport. Depart differently.
Pitch and change for the Foresters. Carter Spites takes over to pitch the 6th. 3, 4, and 5 coming up for the Indians. Henry Prindle ends up going 5. In line for the victory here this afternoon. In his first official start and his second start unofficially after playing the game day after Independence Day, going 5 against the Coastal Dodgers. Strike 1 on Josue Garcia. First pitch at 93 from Spites. Garcia working on a 1-for-2 day. Singled his last time. And that was a part of the 4 straight hits for the Indians. There's the 0-2 to Garcia. At 94. And Spites has had some great giddy up on his fastball. The 0-2 to Garcia. Here's Woodworth. Got the ground ball and the changeup, one away. And for Spites, 8th time he takes the hill this year. Does have one save on the year. 8 1/3 for Carter. He also did pitch in that game against the Coastal Dodgers day after Independence Day. Pitched an inning, struck out 2, but you won't see that on the official stat line for Carter. So he navigated the first man he faced, and that's a ball down to Geenan. Garrett singled his last time for an RBI, get the Indians on the board, and struck out in the first against Prindle. Here's the 1-0. Strike one. That's into center field. 2-out knock for Geenan. He's now 2 for 3. And by the way, for Henry Prindle, ends up going the first 5. 1 run on 5 hits. He walked 2 and struck out 9 on 72 pitches for the starting right-hander for the Foresters. So 1 on, 1 out, and the batter is the catcher, Blake Gregory. Singled his first time in a right, stole a base, was stranded at second. Just missing away at 93. And after the Foresters just put up 2 runs to take a 3-1 advantage, Indians playing well today after just the second game of the season for the Foresters, at least. They shut out the Indians 14-0. That was just in 7 innings. Spice falls behind 2-0 to number 5 man Gregory. That's on the outside corner, another fastball. 2-1. And when you look at what the Indians have done, the top 5 have been the only man to get on base today. 6, 7, and 8. 6, 7, 8, and 9 have not gotten on today, period. Right now, they're at the number 5 man, Gregory. It's going to be tough for Mumaw. Gets the out at first, down to second, Geenan, 2 down. And it's now Rocco Mucilli. Mucilli 0 for 2. Brindle Gum on a pop-up and a strikeout. But an RBI chance for the second baseman, has 1 in the CCL season. That's down the line into the corner. Mucilli has his first hit, and the Indians pull within 1. Mucilli's thinking 3. And the RBI triple for Rocco Mucilli. It's a 3-2 ball game.
Now batting for the Indians, number 12, AP, Antonio Lonnie.
1 in, tying run at third for Antonio Vani, strike 1. Twice a strikeout victim in this game. After the RBI by Mucilli. Tying run 90 feet away. Antonio Vanni sees a 1-1. Good pitch. Well done by Camberg, pulling it down, strike 2. That's popped up. Cornelison called off, and Navarro handles out number 3, but the Indians scratch one back on the RBI by Mucilli. Last of the 6, Forster's bat on top by 1.
Can you feel that? That little itch to get out of town? At Santa Barbara Airport, we feel it too. But when you're ready to trade the usual view for something new, don't drive to LA. Depart stress-free at SBA. With 26 daily nonstops to 13 destinations, we're one stop to anywhere in the world. Go ahead, scratch that travel itch. Just skip the hustle. Visit flysba.com and take off easy. Santa Barbara Airport. Depart differently.
Makani Navarro leads off for the Forsters. Bottom of 6. It's a 3-2 ball game. Pitch and change for the Indians. First pitch misses away from Julian Resendez, who takes over after Omar Reynoso goes 5. 2 earned runs on 4 hits. Walked 4, struck out 2. On the hook for this one. And a pop-up. And the foul ground for the first baseman, Geenan. And he doesn't have a play. Tried to toggle, camp out underneath it. And that falls in foul territory for a towering strike 1 on Navarro. So it's now 1-1 on Navarro. Walked his last time. Turns on this one. That's into the corner. Extra bases start the 6th for the Forsters. Navarro, he's got a double. So after Navarro thought he was going to be retired on a foul out, gets another crack at it. Doesn't miss it. Double. It's now Donovan LaSalle. 1 for 2. Fielder's choice to end the inning in the fourth. Infield single his first time, stole a base, stranded at third. That's into the backstop, and Nabarro all the way over to third on the wild pitch. With nobody out, Indians bring the infield in. LaSalle gets ahead. 3-0. After him is Camberg. That puts runners on the corners, so it's gone a double wild pitch. And LaSalle works a walk, reaching safely for the second time today. And the batter is Camberg.
Aiden Camberg.
Camberg singled his last time, walked his first time, and scored a run. And again, this is a guy that hasn't played since July 1st. Rather, it was July 2nd. He went down with an injury down in the MLB Academy in Compton. Runners on the move. Throw down, no throw down. Throw to third. Gets away. And Nabarro scores on an E2. It's 4-2. It was heads up from Gregory on the pump fake, trying to get Nabarro off of third base. But it's now 4-2. So the infield in, and it's now 2-0 on Camberg. So after Omar Reynoso goes the first five, holding the Foresters 3 runs, 2 of which were earned. Julian Resendez yet to record an out. And that's a base hit. Camberg has himself an RBI, and the Foresters lead 5-2. It's gone double, walk, the error sprinkled in there to score the run, and an RBI single. And it's now Jack Fowler, 0 for 2.
Now batting, brought to you by Mesa Cafe. Number 21, Jack Fowler.
Two runs in, 1 on, nobody out. It's 5-2 Foresters. Able to check it, ball 1. For Julian Resendez. In CCL play this year, it's the 5th time he's taken the hill. Out of any pitcher, has the most innings thrown in CCL play, and he falls behind 2-0. We saw him walk LaSalle. That was just his second walk to 10 strikeouts, so not a guy that gives up a lot of free passes. Has been hit up and falls behind 3-0 to Fowler. Top of the order on deck for the Sturs, bottom of 6. Four straight having reached in this inning. Second walk for the Forsters in the 6th to put 2 on, nobody out.
By Pacific Press, number 3, Easton Muma.
So here's Easton, 1 for 2. Singles last time for an RBI. And just the last inning. So after the walk to Fowler, ball 1 to Easton Muma. That's in the right. Third hit of the inning for the Forsters, and the bases loaded. And Easton's now 2 for 3. Chamberlain scheduled, but the pinch hitter, Chamberlain, will finish the day 1 for 3 RBI.
Pitch hitting for your Forsters, number 14, Caleb Hoover.
Caleb Hoover hits out of the DH spot in the 2-hole. Bases loaded, nobody out. Hoover last night came in off the bench for the starting DH Cornelison. Got on base, picked up an RBI, stole a base as well. Lifts one straight away to center. Capel to his right. Handles out number 1. And Caleb Hoover has himself a sac fly. It's now 6-2.
Now batting, brought to you by Doug Scott of the Allison.
Third run of the inning.
Luke
And it's Cornelison. 2 on, 1 out, 3 runs in for the Sturs in this 6-2 ball game. Cornelison is 0 for 1. Walked his first time and his last time. Reynoso got him on a ground out to third. That was in the 3rd. The lead runner is Fowler. That's in the left, base hit. And the RBI by Cornelison makes it a 7-2 ball game in the 6th.
Now batting, brought to you by Finney's Craft.
4th hit of the inning for the Forsters.
Wyland Nelson.
And now the 8th man to dig in, Nelson. The Forsters pushed in 1 run in the 1st, 2 runs in the 5th, and now 4 and counting in the 6th. It's ball and strike on Wyland Nelson. And right after the Indians clawed one back in the top half of this inning to make it a 3-2 game, the Forsters opening up this inning. 4 runs on 4 hits. And Josh Woodworth, third baseman on deck. Here's a 2-1 to Nelson. That's backing out of play. Strike 2. And a Forsters team playing their final 3 games of the regular year until they're off to Wichita come next week. The NBC tournament starts on the 23rd, and tomorrow we'll get you the entire schedule that the Foresters have in terms of group stage, when they play, and when they play in terms of Santa Barbara time. That's outside first. And the way the NBC is structured, right, as the World Cup's finishing up on Sunday, pretty much exactly and identical to the World Cup group stage. Top 3 teams advance out of the group to a single elimination knockout, and then you move on from there, win or go home. Here's the 2-2. That is up the middle. Another hit for the Foresters. Nelson has his first, got himself an RBI. It's 8-2. Julian Resendez, who took over in this inning, his day complete. We'll just be able to record a single out. We'll step aside. Josh Woodworth coming up. Foresters on top 8-2 with 2 on, 1 down in the 6th.
Lee & Sons Plumbing and Heating is proud to join the Foresters family of sponsors this season. I, Conan, a third-generation owner, was proud to coach for the Foresters for several seasons. Just like the Foresters are champs on the field, Lee & Sons are champs off it. We're experts in every type of plumbing and heating service and repair, from leaks and clogs to heaters and faucets. Strike out your plumbing problems by calling us at 805-965-9586. Lee & Sons, the champions of plumbing and heating. 805-965-9586. Stir it up.
Foresters fans love to watch a winning team. Like the Foresters, Coastal Copy has also put together a winning team. For more than 50 years, the friendly folks at Coastal Copy have been your local source for copiers, printers, and equipment service for businesses of all sizes. Call them today at 800-995-8835 or visit coastalcopy.com. Coastal Copy is proud to be a sponsor of the Foresters radio family and of the Hugs for Cubs. Coastal Copy and the Foresters, second to none.
Josh Woodworth bats with Nathan Coffey now into the game on the hill for the Indians. It is 8-2. Runners on the corners, 1 away. And here's a towering fly ball into left, right in front of the wall as Banducci secures out number 2. It'll go down as a sac fly for Woodworth. Sturs tack on 1 more. Sixth run of the inning. And the inning started with the man at the plate. Remember, it started with a ball that was foul ball fieldable on the first baseline. And then Navarro ends up putting a ball down the right field corner. And a two-bagger starts off this inning. First of 6 men to be brought home in this inning. And with 1 on, 2 down. Nathan Coffey fires a strike, 1-1. And with that double in this inning for Nabarro, he's 1 for 2 along with a walk. Fooled on the breaking pitch, 2-2. In the 7th, the Indians have 8, 9, and 1. 2 pitchers being used in this inning. Resendez started the inning clean, only able to record a single out, and it's now Coffey. Here's the 2-2. And a strikeout ends the inning, but Santa Barbara muster in 6 runs to extend their lead. It is now 9-2, head into the 7th.
Little itch to get out of town? At Santa Barbara Airport, we feel it too. But when you're ready to trade the usual view for something new, don't drive to LA. Depart stress-free at SBA. With 26 daily nonstops to 13 destinations, we are one stop to anywhere in the world. Go ahead, scratch that travel itch. Just skip the hustle. Visit flysba.com and take off easy. Santa Barbara Airport. Depart differently.
Foresters leading 9-2. This game's now into the 7th. Grady Westfall takes over after Carter Spites goes the 6th. Westfall now takes over, facing 8, 9, and 1. Banducci leads it off for the Indians. Strike 1. The Indians pushing a run in the 3rd and also in the 6th. But that massive inning from the Foresters for 6 runs opens up this game, and Westfall quickly ahead 0-2. Tenth time Grady's on the hill this year. Banducci today, he has struck out twice, 0-2. Both of which were against Henry Prindle, in line for the victory this afternoon. And the inning starts with the K, 1 down. That is the 10th by Forster pitching in this ball game. Prindle in 72 pitches, going 5, struck out 9. Just a single run on 5 hits on the line for Prindle today. And that's ball 1 to Drew Capel. He's 0 for 2. After Capel will be Caden McLeod. And for the Santa Maria Indians, we told you earlier, they won the NBC in 1982 when they bested the Alaska Glacier Pilots, a team that was founded in 1944. So many good battles with the original Foresters and the Santa Maria Indians, and then sadly folded in 2008. Some time away until revitalized 2 years back. Capel takes ball 2. It's so great seeing the Indians back in the CCL this year as an affiliate of the Northern Division, one of 2 affiliates of the CCL North. That's back-to-back Ks for Westfall, 2 out.
Once again, after that is brought to you by Dean Sons, Plumbing and Heating. Now batting for the Indians, number 16, Caden McLeod.
So back to the top with Caden McLeod. 2 out, bases clear, strike 1. When you look at the strikeout numbers, Santa Barbara pitching has found the swing and miss stuff on the bottom of the order. It's the top of the order that has been really good today. There was a stretch of 4 straight hits in the 3rd for the Indians. But 2 quick strikes on McLeod. That's up the middle, gonna be tough. And McLeod is on with 2 out in the 7th. And McLeod's now 2 for 2, reaching safely all 4 times.
Now batting, number 34, Sharon.
So, heck of a day for the DH. Keeps the inning alive for Damery. And this is down to 84 from Westfall, ball 1. After the single, here's the 2-0. That's down ball 3. Last time we saw Westfall work, that was on July 11th. Needs to locate here. And he does. Entered in relief for Nick Weslowski. Went the first 4 in his Forester debut last week against the Slow Blues. Westfall ended up going 2 innings. To the left side, Cornelison. Good throw, and the inning is over. Westfall K's 2, works around the single. Bottom of the 7th, Forester's on top, 9-2.
For a full range of outpatient physical therapy services, go to Alta Orthopedics Physical Therapy. Our experienced and compassionate therapists, Bill Oakley, Alan Edmondson, and Andy Eubank, will provide you with a custom rehab program. For sports injuries, spine care, post-surgical care, and more, you'll enjoy our state-of-the-art facilities and receive a comprehensive program catered to your greatest physical potential. Alta Orthopedics Physical Therapy, where the Foresters go to heal. Visit altaortho.com. Foresters fans love to watch a winning team. Like the Foresters, Coastal Copy has also put together a winning team. For more than 50 years, the friendly folks at Coastal Copy have been your local source for copiers, printers, and equipment service for businesses of all sizes. Call them today at 800-995-8835 or visit coastalcopy.com. Coastal Copy is proud to be a sponsor of the Foresters radio family and of the Hugs for Cubs. Coastal Copy and the Foresters, second to none.
Bottom three for the Forsters, leading 9-2. Strike one dealt by Nathan Coffey. LaSalle today, he's 1 for 2 and walked his last time, stole a base, scored. Part of the scoring in the 6-run sixth for the Forsters to open up this ball game. Coffey was called upon after the Forsters had already pushed in 5 runs. Gave up a sac fly to Josh Woodworth and then struck out Makani Nabarro to retire the side. Here's a 1-1. Ball 2. And with the original Forsters being founded in 1948, really as a semi-pro team, well, the area of Santa Barbara, they've had some minor league baseball teams over the course of their history. Minor league affiliates of the then Brooklyn Dodgers and also New York Mets once had homes here in Santa Barbara, but it's been quite some time since that was the case. And a walk starts the 7th. LaSalle reaching safely for the 3rd time today. So great for Donovan, just his 2nd start of the year. Takes advantage. He's 1 for 2 with 2 walks. And speaking of taking advantage, well, no better example than the man at the plate. Gamberg is 2 for 2 with a walk. He's scored twice and has an RBI. Guy that hasn't played since July 2nd when he went down with an injury. There goes LaSalle. The throw is wide, and LaSalle into scoring position. His 2nd stolen base of the day. Actually make it 3rd. It's 1-0. Gamberg gets head 2-0. Played for Pepperdine this past year. Actually started with UC Santa Barbara his freshman year. Then went to SBCC and was 2nd team All-WSC North selection. And won the Northern Conference Championship with SBCC. LaSalle's on the move again. That's a strike. And Donovan has stolen his way to 3rd base. Give him 4 swiped bags in this ball game. It's now 2-1 on Gamberg. Three and 1. After him is Jack Fowler. In the dirt, and back-to-back walks given up by Coffey. And Gamberg, perfect 4 for 4 and getting on base today. He's 2 for 2 with the 2 walks. And we told you his on-base percentage earlier was .485. Hadn't seen as much time behind the plate as some of the other guys, and of course the injury earlier this month, sidelining him for essentially 2 weeks. Again, his first time back in the lineup playing. Great to see, especially with Wichita. I've seen a lot of Carter Rutenbar and Zane Becker behind the plate. So Gamberg is aboard and knotted up Fowler on the first pitch. 0-1. Got to tip your cap to the starter of this game for the Indians, Omar Reynoso. Just 2 earned runs on 4 hits in 5 innings for the starting left-hander, keeping this Forster lineup off balance. Then the big inning came in the 6th. Six runs on 5 hits for the Foresters in that inning. One from Coffee. Good breaking pitch. Strike 2. There's the 1-2 to Fowler. Upstairs. 2-2. Top of the order next for the Foresters, who will welcome the Slow Blues for a 2-game set to end out the regular year for SB. Here's the 2-2. That's in right center field. Kappel secures out number 1. That's a sac fly for Jack Fowler. Stars on top, 10-2.
Now batting, brought to you by Mesa Cafe. Number 3, Easton Muma.
Back to the top with Easton Muma. Working on a 2-for-3 day along with when he was hit by a pitch. He scored 3 runs as an RBI. So 1 on, 1 out. And Nathan Coffey, as his first pitch lifted to Banducci and left. 2 down. So with 2 out, here comes Caleb Hoover to dig in for the 2nd time today. And we haven't touched on it in this game, but when you look at the lineup card today, we'll include Hoover as he came in off the bench. Easton Muma, Cole Chamberlain, Hoover, Makani Nabarro, all guys returning from last year's team. 10 total Foresters playing this year have at one point played under Bill Pintard either last year or the year before that in the 24 or the 25 season. And so much continuity in this team compared to other teams, especially Bill Pintard said it earlier this season. Hoover and the likes of all the returners setting the table and the standards for all the new guys that show up to Santa Barbara and really show them how to play. And that's something that Bill Pintard was so pleased with early on in the season. First couple of days in, he was like, wow, guys really assimilated to what we're trying to do here in Santa Barbara. Approach at the plate, approach on the bases. And as a result, Foresters have won 25 to just 5 losses. And you also have that odd draw mixed in there with the Conejo Oaks. And it's a ball and 2 strikes on Hoover, who had a sac fly his first time. That's straight to Geenan. And the side retired. Good reflexes over at first. Foresters get 2 walks, get home 1 more run onto the 8th. SB on top, 10-2. Santa Barbara Airport, 5 airlines, including American, Alaska, Delta, Southwest, and United. 13 nonstop destinations, including Chicago, Dallas, Denver, Las Vegas, Oakland, Phoenix, Portland, Sacramento, Salt Lake City, San Diego, San Francisco, and Seattle. 26 daily departures, SBA's newest daily service to Chicago and San Diego, ensure you can get all over the world. Just one easy connection. Skip the traffic and stress of driving to LA and enjoy a stress-free start to your trip by flying SBA. Learn more. Book your flight today at flysba.com. Santa Barbara Airport, depart differently. Eighth inning rolls in. Foresters lead 10-2. Grady Westfall back to work. Josue Garcia, 1 for 3 today, leads off. Then Geenan and Gregory for the Santa Maria Indians getting their first look at Grady Westfall. He jammed him. And Easton Mumaw as out number 1.
Now batting number 46, Garrett Urin.
So 1 down, Garrett Geenan digs in. And there was a change defensively. Max Weddle is now at second base, and he just made that play to retire Garcia. So Weddle in the lineup for Easton Mumaw. Slides into the top spot in the order, and it's now 2-0 on Geenan, who is 2 for 3 in this game, has scored and has an RBI. Strike 1. That's great to see Weddle back in the ball game. He's also been playing with the California Halos to get some extra reps. Man who just recently graduated from this very high school in which we play at. And he's had some fantastic plays in the middle infield this year, has Weddle. And that's a strikeout, 2 down.
That strikeout is brought to you by Bean Sun, Plumbing and Heating.
That's over to Weddle. And Max takes care of 2 players in the 8th, and Westfall works quick. A 3-up, 3-down 8th inning. Bottom of the inning we go. Cornelison leads it off. Sturs on top, 10-2.
Foresters fans love to watch a winning team. Like the Foresters, Coastal Copy has also put together a winning team. For more than 50 years, the friendly folks at Coastal Copy have been your local source for copiers, printers, and equipment service for businesses of all sizes. Call them today at 800-995-8835 or visit coastalcopy.com. Coastal Copy is proud to be a sponsor of the Foresters radio family and of the Hugs for Cubs. Coastal Copy and the Foresters, second to none. For a full range of outpatient physical therapy services, go to Alta Orthopedics Physical Therapy. Our experienced and compassionate therapists, Bill Oakley, Alan Edmondson, and Andy Eubank, will provide you with a custom rehab program. For sports injuries, spine care, post-surgical care, and more, you'll enjoy our state-of-the-art facilities and receive a comprehensive program catered to your greatest physical potential. Alta Orthopedics Physical Therapy, where the Foresters go to heal. Visit altaortho.com.
Last of the eighth, Cornelison leads off for the Foresters. And by the way, there was another defensive change for the Foresters in the last half inning. Joe Sandusky was a defensive change for Josh Woodworth, and Joe will be the third man to come to the plate in this inning. So it's Cornelison, Nelson, and Joe Sandusky. And there were some defensive changes now for Santa Maria. Gabe Vigil behind the plate doing the catching, along with Hayden Hall. He's now at second. And it's 2-0 on Cornelison, who's gone 1 for 2 today. So walked twice, scored a run, has an RBI. Here's the 2-0. Coffee remains in this game. Falls behind 3-0. Walk 2 to start the 7th. A sac fly. And 2 more outs later, limited the damage to just a single run. Corny takes a strike, 3-1. Got underneath it, and that's out of play. Full count now on Cornelison. Wyland Nelson, then Joe Sandusky in this inning. Cornelison reaching safely for the 4th time today. Starts off the 8th with a walk. And it's now Wyland Nelson. RBI single his last time, and when you look up and down the lineup today for the Sturs, seven out of the 9 hitters have recorded a hit today. And every single spot in the lineup has either scored or has an RBI. Number of sac flies account for the guys that do not have hits today, so good stuff up and down the lineup for the Foresters, heading into a 2-game set tomorrow against the Slow Blues. And always an entertaining time whenever the Blues and the Foresters play, regardless of when and where. Last 2 times have been up in San Luis Obispo. Final 2 games of the regular year right here at Eddie Matthews Field against the Blues. First pitch missed to Nelson, 1-0. That's behind him. And Cornelison down to second. And Nelson is going to be given first. Plate umpire saying it hit him. So a walk and a hit batsman puts 2 on for Joe Sandusky. So Joe hitting for the first time today was a defensive change last half inning. Digs in with 2 on, nobody out in a 10-2 game in the 8th. The first and last time that the two teams played, the game was truncated to 7 innings when the Foresters won 14-0. In the game that was started by Tanner Grove, picked up his first win of the season. Here's the 1-0 now to Sandusky. And that's a big looping fly ball to Banducci in a foul ground. Can't make the play. And that ball lands in foul territory for a long strike 1. Sandusky hitting for the first time today. In the last night's game, Joe started at second. Was part of the scoring in that big 10th inning after that moonshot by Chamberlain off the bench to give the Foresters a 4-2 lead. Joe got on to keep the line moving. First 4 all reached in that inning without an out being recorded, and then the Foresters put up a 5 spot, something that they've been able to do well throughout this season, score in bunches and put games out of reach. That's to center. Capel moves in and can't make the play. And the bases loaded up. It was falling in front of the center fielder, and it's going to go down as a single for Sandusky. So 1 plate appearance and 1 knock for Joe. That loads him up for Makani Nabarro. So Nabarro digs in for the 5th time this ball game. And a fly ball into right field. Antonio Vanni back, and that ball is gone! Makani Nabarro grand slam in the 8th. And the Foresters tack on.
That home run by Makani Nabarro is brought to you by Santa Barbara Airport. With flights to a dozen cities, you can reach just about anywhere and always come back home to Santa Barbara. Now batting for your Foresters, number 1, Donovan LaSalle.
So the first home run of the year for Nabarro makes it a 14-2 game. Grand slam, second extra base hit of the day for Makani. And that's ball 1 to Donovan LaSalle. So that is now the 20th home run by the Foresters this season. By the way, that home run brought to us by our friends at Santa Barbara Airport. You can always get home with SBA. That is down the line into left. Donovan LaSalle has a multi-hit game. The line keeps on chugging in the 8th. And to go back to the home run numbers for the Foresters, this time will be called in the visit being granted to the Hill to talk with Nathan Coffey. When you look up and down the lineup this year, so now 20 long balls. A year ago, the Foresters just had 6 through the regular season. And guys that have hit home runs will just kind of run them off to you. Chris Newstrom, Sawyer Farr, who has since departed. Caleb Hoover's got a pair. Kurt Ippolito has 1. Nick Salmon has 4. Addison Klepsch has 1. Woodworth has 1. Chamberlain with 5. Zane Becker with 2. Jake Despain hit 1 early on in the year. And now Makani Nabarro has his first home run of the season. And Bill Pintard thought entering this year they're going to have some more pop compared to last year's team. And they have, especially in the month of July. Forster's seen the ball incredibly well. And this inning has gone walk, hit batsman, single, grand slam, double. Still nobody out. Aiden Camberg. Ball one. And what a welcome back to Aiden in the lineup tonight. 2 for 2, 2 walks. Three and 0. That's a fly ball on the right. Back goes Hall, and he's got it. One down. And it's now Jack Fowler. And by the way, now on deck is Max Weddle, who is defensive change for Easton Moomaw. Assuming no double play somehow turned here, and LaSalle is not thrown out on the bases, we will see Weddle in this ball game at the plate. So here's Fowler. 5th time today. That's a strike. Last time a sac fly for Jack, then walked back in the 6th and came around to score. After the LaSalle double, Fowler now in the hole, 0-2. Couple good breaking pitches from Nathan Coffey. Coffey off the hill, records the out at first, over to third goes LaSalle, 2 out. So with 2 down, Max Weddle hits for the first time today, and Manu graduated from this high school this season. We hadn't seen Max in quite some time. Well, really, the Forsters haven't been home this season, and Max also been playing with the California Halos, getting some more reps, more ABs, which is great for him. Going to Chaminade next year, D2 school in Hawaii out of the Pac West. Same conference as Westmont. Westmont just down the road and up the hill in Montecito. And Max this year has made some fantastic plays defensively, and he's gone 1 for 3 at the plate. He also has a walk. 1-1. Looking for his first RBI of the season. That's in the dirt. Good work by Gabe Vigil. 2-1. In the 9th, Mucilli, Antonio Vanni, and Banducci scheduled for the Indians in this 14-2 game. To the left side, that ball is foul. Strike 2. After the grand slam by Navarro, LaSalle doubled down the left field line. He's at third. Good take, full count. Caleb Hoover, if the inning continues, is next. So 2 down. LaSalle at third. Got him on the inside corner, and the inning is over. Weddle thought he had his second base on balls, but instead a K ends the inning. But the Foresters, behind the home run by Makani Navarro, the grand slam add-on. This game's headed to the 9th, and Grady Westfall going back out for a third inning.
And the winning number is 774.
Lee & Sons Plumbing and Heating is proud to join the Foresters family of sponsors this season. I, Conan, a third-generation owner, was proud to coach for the Foresters for several seasons. Just like the Foresters are champs on the field, Lee & Sons are champs off it. We're experts in every type of plumbing and heating service and repair, from leaks and clogs to heaters and faucets. Strike out your plumbing problems by calling us at 805-965-9586. Lee & Sons, the champions of plumbing and heating. 805-965-9586. Stir it up.
For a full range of outpatient physical therapy services, go to Alta Orthopedics Physical Therapy. Our experienced and compassionate therapists, Bill Oakley, Alan Edmondson, and Andy Eubank, will provide you with a custom rehab program. For sports injuries, spine care, post-surgical care, and more, you'll enjoy our state-of-the-art facilities and receive a comprehensive program catered to your greatest physical potential. Alta Orthopedics Physical Therapy, where the Foresters go to heal. Visit altaortho.com.
Grady Westfall remains in this ball game, back out for a third inning, took over in the 7th as Cesar Garcia pinch hits for Muchili. 1-1. 3 pinch hitters coming up for the Indians. There's the 1-1. With the Foresters leading 14-2. Bottom of the last. Foresters putting up a 4 spot, put up 6 runs in the 6th, scoring in bunches down the stretch. 2-2 on Cesar Garcia. And a strikeout starts the inning, 1 away. That is the 4th by Westfall. 13th by Forster pitching. That's in there on Hayden Hall. Hayden for the first time today was a defensive change, took over at second. Hits in the spot for AP Antonio Vani. 0-1. Good pitch from Westfall, strike 2. For Grady Westfall, been in this game since the 7th, after there was a bridge by Spites, going the 6th after Henry Prindle pitched 5 innings. And back-to-back Ks for Westfall, 2 down. And Ulysses Call, last resort for the Indians in this 14-2 game. And this is actually what the scoreline was similar to on the 7th. Foresters won 14-0 on June 7th, the second game of the year for the Foresters. And a ball and a strike on Ulysses Cole. That's in there, strike 2. Westfall sees a ball in the dirt. 2-2. The Forsters 1 strike away from the 26th win of the season, their 25th in CCL play. Call fights it off. Makes 2-2. Got him on the outside corner, and Westfall strikes out the side to end the ball game. 6 Ks by Grady, 15 by Forster pitching, and the Sturs secure their 26th win of the season, 25th in CCL play. They win this game 14-2.
That concludes today's game with your Forsters winning 14-2 against the Santa Maria.
So 2 more left for the Forsters until they're off to Wichita. Welcoming in the Slow Blues for a 2-game set tomorrow, and then also on Sunday. Tomorrow's game is a 4:30 start time, and on Sunday the 19th, 2 o'clock start time against the Slow Blues. If you're in the area, last chance to come out to a Forster game, support the Sturs until they're off to Wichita looking for NBC title number 11. We appreciate you sticking with us in the CCL game against the Santa Maria Indians and the Santa Barbara Forsters, 2 teams that were longtime rivals, and great to see the Indians back in the CCL. In CCL play this year, the Indians fall to 1-8, and the Forsters pick up win number 25 in CCL play. Henry Prindle gets the win. Grady Westfall, the 3-inning save to close out the ball game. Once again, the final score here from Eddie Matthews Field: Santa Barbara 14, Santa Maria 2. For the entire team, the entire staff, for Bill Pintard, I am Hunter Shoemaker saying so long from Santa Barbara. We'll see you tomorrow when the Slow Blues are in town. We'll see you then.